Alright, Algebra, I wanted to make you guys a video to show you how to use Excel to build the data tables you're going to need for your project. So by the end of this, you should know how to build tables that look like these that you can print out and paste onto your poster board. So let's get started. So here's a fresh sheet, and I'm going to come down to cell A7, leaving 6 rows that I'm going to come back and fill in some heading information. But start in cell A7 and type a 0, and then you can use the down arrow to go down to cell A8, and this time I'm going to type an equal sign and then capital A7, so it'll select the cell above it, +1, and that's going to set up the formula we need to get all the way down to create the data table. So all these are doing is addressing the previous cell and adding 1 to them, and the result is just counting from 0 to 25. Over here I'm going to do something similar. Type the equal sign, and then I'm going to use my formula this time, which is 6,000 minus 240. And then instead of writing an X or an M, I'm going to again use cell A7. So I'll put the multiplication sign, it's shift 8 for the star, cell A7, and enter. And then if I drag down, it's going to compute all the data that I need. Now let's make this, let's do a couple of things. First, let's resize it. It's a little bit too much, about like that. And then select all and come up here and center all of the data. And then in these boxes up here, one at a time, select A1 and B1, and you're going to click right here where it says merge and center, and it's going to make those into one cell. Again, A2 and B2, let's merge and center those. And row 3, row 4, but I think we'll need to do row 5, but we'll stop right there. Right here, let's go ahead and title this is months, and here this is debt, and highlight both of those, and again center the data using these buttons here, or center the input. And now let's go up here and let's title this one is the data table for the prompt, which is paying off $6,000 at a rate of $240 per month. And then down here, let's identify our rate of change, or the slope. You could use either phrasing. Is negative $240 per month. And the y-intercept on this one was a starting debt of $6,000, and the x-intercept, the debt is paid after 25 months. And then of course we need our equation that models the situation. So that is 6,000 minus 240 m, and we can even flesh that out a little bit more. Debt equals 6,000 minus 240 months. And you could rearrange that. I think in my original table I had the equation right below the prompt. And you certainly don't have to do it exactly like this, but again, I want to show you how to use the software. So now that we've got our information, let's go and use some of the formatting options. So if you come up to these right here, and it's a little bit off the screen, but there's a drop down arrow that'll let you pull up all of these options. And why don't we use heading 1 for the prompt, and then for all of these, use the drop down arrow that's just off the screen. We could use heading 2, And then for a month in debt, use heading 3. So just to kind of highlight what we've done, and that's pretty much what you need to know. So to print this, select all. Just click the mouse in this corner, drag up and select them all. Let's go to File, Print, and let's do a couple of things. See how you've got these options here. It might default to print active sheets. Go down and select Print Selection, and then come in here to Page Setup and click on the Sheet tab, and then select Grid Lines. I'd like to have the grid lines in there. So when it prints, it's going to print in those cell boxes. And then that's good for that. And then if you click Print, it'll give you a nice data table that you can cut out and paste onto your poster board. Now, so you don't have to keep repeating the same thing over and over again, you've got it all selected, so Control C will copy everything. You can also just right click and select the copy option right here, and then come in here, just click one cell over on E and hit paste, and it's going to paste everything in there. That's Control V to paste. You can also right click and there's the paste option. Just use this first one right here. You want to keep all your formatting. And the neat thing about this is that it does all the cell addressing. It gets transferred over, so we can resize here. And now this cell right here, the formula stays, but now it's addressing cell E7. And this cell stays the same, but it's also addressing E7. So we would be able to change things much more easily. So you might want to go back and change it. For the second set, this would be altered parameters 1. And in this case, you're paying off the debt at a rate of $400 per month, I believe. So change the title. And then, of course, you want to change all the other information so it matches. So there's our rate of change is $400. Starting debt is still $6,000. That variable or that aspect of the equation won't change until later on. That parameter of the equation won't change until a couple more tables. The debt is not going to be paid after 25 months now. We'll come back and adjust that in a minute. But we do know our rate of change is now $400 per month. And then come down here and change your formula. Instead of 240 times E7, we want to do 400 times E7. And then again, don't even worry about deleting any of this. Just click this cell, go to this little corner down here, drag it all the way down, and there it'll redo all your data for you. We don't need any of these negative values, so you can select all and press delete to get rid of those. And the debt is paid after 15 months there. And all your formatting is good, and so now you've got another data table that you can print, and should be able to continue on this way for every other set of values, always making sure to change your x and y intercept, and most importantly to come in here and adjust the equation, and then drag and drop, or I select this little corner and drag down to copy the formatting and the equation that you're using. So I think that should do it. If you were to go File and Print again, it should save all your settings. So it should be printing selection and page setup. The grid line should still be highlighted. And yeah, that should do. So happy to help you with any of this. If you need it, just come and ask me after class or doing tutorials, because we got a lot of other stuff we need to do in class this week. As of now, though, I still want this project due on Wednesday. So good luck, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.